Hello, fifth grade. I'm going to go over the 3 problems that you had for math yesterday on page 337. That way you can review what you did, fix anything you need to, and then we'll do a few from the next page just to give you a little bit more reference for your homework. So number 1 talks about Hector. He spends a total of $36.75 at a store buying 2 DVDs. There was tax, and then he used a coupon, and the total came out to be this, okay? So that's the total. This stuff affected his total. So they want us to figure out how much it costs just for one of the DVDs, and so we have to work backwards and take off or add on things to this, okay? So the first thing you need to know, okay, if I'm working backwards, I usually just subtract the things I used, right? Well, tax, yes, you do subtract, okay, because those are some things they add on to our bill, okay? So I am going to subtract the tax. But when it comes to coupons, they take money off of the total bill. So technically, if I didn't use this coupon, the total bill should have been $37.75. So what we do is we add that money onto the total. Excuse me, my daughter is asking for help. Here you go. There you go. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is just follow along. So I'm going to take my total, and I feel like doing the coupon first. So I'm going to add $36.75 and add my dollar, which obviously we know that makes $37.75. Okay, so now I'm done with the coupon, and then I need to subtract my tax. So now I'm going to subtract $2.15. 0, 6, 5, 3. Okay, so I dealt with the extra stuff, but now I need to find out the total of one DVD, because this is for 2 DVDs. Okay, so what many of you have done already, you just take the total here, and we divide 35.60 and divide it by 2. So I'm going to bring up my, now remember, that's a whole number. I don't have to move any decimals, so I just leave it where it's at. I am going to put up my dollar sign. 2 goes into 3 once. 15. 2 into 15 is what, 7? 7 times 2 is 14. I'm going to bring down 6. 2 into 16 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16, which leaves me with 0. And then I have to put something above the 0, and since everything works out, you should come out to $17.80 a DVD. Okay, so if you didn't get that, please check through your work, follow along, and fix it, okay? All right, hold on 1 second, and I'll get number 2. Okay. There you go, sweetie. Got it? Okay, number 2. Number 2 says, what if Hector spent $40.15? So what if the total turned out to be $40.15 for the DVDs? The sales tax was $2.55. But he didn't have a coupon. Okay, so what do we say we do with tax? Whenever we see tax, we subtract it from the total. So on this side, I'm going to subtract. Okay, so here we go. So you're taking the total, you're subtracting the extra, and then it's still 2 DVDs. And they still want to know how much one was. So let's take our $40.15. Subtract the $2.55. Oh, now I have to borrow 3, 9, and 11. 0, 11 minus 5 is 6. 9 minus 2 is 7, 3. Okay, so I did my tax, and now I need to figure out how much one DVD costs. So you take the total after subtracting the tax, and I'm going to divide it by 2. 3760 divided by 2. Bring up my decimal. Once again, no decimal in the divisor, so I'm good. No movement. So 2 into 3 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 17. 2 into 17. That's 8, because 8 times 2 is 16. It's 1. Bring the 6 down. 2 into 16 is 8 again. 0, and I need to put something above this extra 0, even though I'm... Okay, so now my new cost for DVD, if I spend $40.15, is $18.80 a DVD. Make sense? So there's all the work. So whenever you see tax, you always subtract. Okay, so then let's go over number 3. Number 3 is a little bit trickier, but it says Sophia spent $7.30 for school supplies. Oh, $7.30. That was her total. Okay, she spent $3 for a notebook, $3 for the notebook, and $1.75 for a pen. And then she bought 3 erasers. And that's what we don't know. And it says if each eraser had the same cost, how much did she spend for each eraser? Okay. So they don't talk about taxes or anything. So we take our total, and we need to subtract anything that we know. So we're going to subtract this, subtract this. And when we get down to these, what do you think we're going to do? We need to divide by 3, because they want to know how much one eraser cost. Hold on 1 second, guys. Cassidy needs me to take apart her train set here. Here you go, honey. Can you grab it? How do you want it? There's that. Here, can I hold this? Let me hold this. You take this. Got it all. Hold it together. There you go. Oh, here. Let me help. Here you go. Can I carry it with you? Come on. Where do you want it? Right there? Okay. Here you go, sweetie. Mommy's got to finish something. Okie dokie. So let's start by taking our $7.30 and subtracting the one notebook that she bought. Okay, so that's pretty simple. So that's $4.30. Okay, and then, so done with that, because there's only one notebook and one pen. So take away the pen now. $1.75, so now I have to borrow. 3, make this 9 plus 3 is 12, and then this is 10. So 10 minus 5 is 5. 12 minus 7 is also 5. And then 3 minus 1 is 2. Okay, so after subtracting the pen, I have $2.55. So now the last thing we need to do is take that final number we found so far and divide it by 3, because that's how much the eraser should have cost altogether when you added them up. So let's see. Take $2.55 and we're going to divide them by 3. I'm going to bring up my decimal because there's no decimal in the divisor, so I'm good. 3 does not go into 2, so I'm putting a 0 since this is money. But 3 goes into 25 8 times, because 8 times 3 is 24. And I subtract. So now I bring down my 5, and 3 goes into 15 5 times. So I know 5 times 3 is 15, and I should end with 0. So each eraser, let's see, so it's 0.85 cents per eraser. All right. So that's the process, dear ones. When you're trying to work backwards, you subtract the things you know, and then you're probably going to divide at the end because, well, this chapter's all on dividing. So fix anything you need to for that number 3. Make sure you check it over. And then we're going to do the evens on the next page. Okay, so I'm going to stop this video and start a new one for those evens, and then I'll upload both videos for you onto Google Classroom and everything. All right, see you in a few. Bye.